Welcome to my relationship masterclass. I am Pastor AROGHENE. In this class, I will be teaching you on how to handle your relationship so that it will succeed, how to choose the right person, and how to find out and connect with the right person for a glorious relationship. Now, to begin with, we are going to be looking at, you want to get into a relationship. Are you ready for a relationship? That is the first point. Are you ready for a relationship? How do you know whether you are ready for a relationship? Number one, if you are underage, you are not ready for a relationship. If you are underage, who are those that are underage? If you cannot confidently walk up to your parents and say, this is my partner, this is my fiancé, you are underage. Why? Because you are afraid that they will scold you. And the reason why they will scold you is because you have not gotten to that point where you start talking about relationship. Your focus should probably be acquiring education or acquiring a skill that will help you to succeed in life. That should be your focus. And that is the reason why your parents will scold you for talking about relationship at all. So if you are underage, you are not prepared for a relationship. Number two, if you just got into a higher institution, you are not ready for a relationship. If you just got into a higher institution, why? Because the demands of your academics is going to be much on you. And you know what? Relationship is so time demanding. Relationship demands a lot of time for it to work. And your academics, for you to succeed in your academics, you are going to need a lot of time and concentration. So if you just got into a higher institution and you want to begin a relationship, probably in your ND1 or ND2, or your year 1 or year 2, you want to talk about the relationship, it's not going to work. Why? Because there are other things that will take your attention that will be resulting to frustration in that relationship. So if you just got into a higher institution, you shouldn't be talking about the relationship. Your focus should be academics. Why? Because the relationship on itself, it causes mental disturbance. The moment you get into a relationship, you start thinking, why has he not called me? Oh, who is that person he's always hanging out with? Why is she always laughing with that person? You see, some of these things will begin to draw, things that were not necessary before, will begin to draw your attention. And as they draw your attention, it will start affecting your mind, affecting your concentration, such that you cannot focus on your academics. So if you just got into a higher institution, you are not ready for a relationship. Thirdly, you want to get into a relationship. Do you have what it takes to handle a relationship? Do you have what it takes? Because there are factors that has to be in your life. There are factors you need for you to be able to handle a relationship. Do you have what it takes? Some of those factors, number one, is character. So before you talk about relationship, you have to first of all build your character. When we talk about character, it has to do with your attitude in terms of relating with people. Now, this is not the person you are dating we are talking about. We are talking about your attitude in terms of dealing with your neighbors, your attitude in terms of dealing with your family members, your attitude in terms of dealing with colleagues at the place of work, your attitude in terms of dealing with classmates. Are you the type of person that deals with people and you flow along peacefully? Or you are the type of person that always easily have misunderstanding with people around? So if you are that type that always have misunderstanding with people, your relationship also is not going to work, because the person you are going to be dating is just one of those people. You see, so you must first of all develop character in terms of relating with people before you talk about relationship. Number two, do you have the time? Relationship requires a lot of time. It requires time. Some people say, I don't have time. I'm busy. I'm doing this work, I'm doing that work. It's very good. If you are busy and you have something you are doing and you don't have time, then leave relationship alone. Because if you don't have time, your relationship will not work. You need time. The person you are going to be needing is going to need your attention, is going to need certain things from you. Example, is going to be expecting some text messages, so it's going to be expecting that you hang out. You see, all this will require time. So if you say you don't have time, then you are not ready for a relationship. Number 3, you are going to need money to handle a relationship. Some people say, I just need somebody who loves me for who I am. I don't have time. No, you're going to need money. Why? Because your partner is going to have birthdays, and there's need that you must understand that you are going to buy gifts and to send. So even if you are, when we talk about money, when it comes to relationship, that does not mean that you have to be a Dangote or maybe one of these billionaires. No, we are talking about at least have the little that you can use to show that you love somebody. Have the little that you can use to put yourself in good order. Because you are going to need some good clothes. You are going to need you are going to need things that will make you look presentable. So, and all this will require that you have money. So if you say, I don't have money and I need somebody to love me for who I am, and you don't have money, then who are you? You need money. So money is one of some of those factors. And when we talk about money, we are not just focusing on a man alone, that a man should have money. No, you as a lady, if you are a lady, you need to have money. As a guy, you need to have money. Why? Because as a lady, you need some level of your own personal income so that you will not become a burden. Because when you don't have money at all, it makes you to put too much attention on somebody else, and this will make you to become a financial burden. So money is also necessary for you to have a good relationship. The third thing you need to have for you to have a good relationship, to know whether you are prepared, is sense. Many people get into a relationship, but they lack sense. You see, so sense is one of the vital requirements for a good relationship. There are things that you need to discuss with your friends. There are some things you have to keep to yourself. It all depends on your level of sensibility. You see, so there are things that you should say, there are things you should not say. Sense determines the time you should laugh and the time you should be serious. So if you don't have sense, you laugh anyhow. There are times that you shouldn't laugh. If you are laughing at that time, to make you look like a fool, and nobody wants to put up with a fool. So you need sense for you to have a good relationship. You need sense. So you need sense for you to be able